All right, come on in, hit the like button, think about subscribing if you've not already. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, but most importantly, welcome to the Berserker family. So this is my honest opinion / review for the 2026 sci-fi horror film called Backrooms. Now, here's a plot. A strange doorway appears in the basement of a furniture showroom, leading to an endless network of interconnected rooms where time bends, and the only thing scarier than getting lost is the sense that someone is following you. Here is some of the cast. Well, this was absolutely a unique film and a crazy idea for a film. The Backrooms have the sound design made you feel so claustrophobic because it was so thick but muffled with the slight static. The look of the Backrooms gave me a third dimension feel, like you were somewhere but also nowhere at the same time. But the feel of the atmosphere and the bizarre design of the rooms made it feel like a fan-made video game also. Not a bad thing, to be honest. And it's also, I do know that this is based on and by the same pair of people who made a YouTube short horror film of this. So it's definitely very unique, and I hope to, despite how I feel about this film, I do hope that this person, kind of gains more momentum, like the YouTuber / director / writer of Obsession, which I recently did, and honestly, I watched it some more, and that was definitely a good film. But more on this film. When you get into the 90s camera aspect being used, it felt like a very like a video game again. But there had such of an unsettling feel to it with the sound. Made me so on edge in those times at a lot of the film when it was in the back rooms. I can also add it also can technically be categorized as a somewhat of a found footage film in those times. Now, there was certain scenes that was needed to set up the two characters, but they were also slightly boring to me personally. But this kept getting more and more bizarre as it went on, all while explaining flat out nothing at all. And by the end, I was more confused than anything. As it being said, I'm guessing the kind of aspect of this is you try to figure out for yourself, kind of, I don't know what the word is, but imagine of what it actually means. But it's still, at the same time, that's what makes me torn on this, is it's such a bland, I mean, not bland, but the writing is like not there. It's not present. There's really no explaining to it. I was hoping by the end they would explain stuff. It just kind of had too many questions with it. Do I like it? I mean, I like it for how unique it is, and we're always complaining about Hollywood not putting out a whole new type of film. So that's where I can really come in around to this when it comes to the rating. If I'm being honest, when it comes to the writing, I again, it's too much of a big plot hole in it. But it's, when it comes to something that's unique, it's kind of debatable which way to go, if it's positive or like it should be pushed aside or something. But I definitely seen people who have commented that they were bored, and I can see that. It's not really that of a deep story, but it's kind of is at the same time, I guess you'd say, if you really look into it. But from the writing, it's not very deep because there's no real depth to it. I hope all of this makes sense. I don't know. The film was so really confusing, but really intriguing to watch. It's definitely a film that you do not ever want to watch when you're high. It's in general. I was not high, obviously, watching this, and I had headphones on, and between the music score and the visuals, the different type of visuals, and the set designs, it was just so jarring in necessarily in a good way, because it was kind of like like a huge acid trip a lot of time when they were in the back rooms. When it was like the other parts, it wasn't, but it was just the camera work in general, where they had it kind of like at a corner, and even in all scenes, it was really very interesting. So there's a lot of good stuff about this. A lot of the writing that is the issue for me, but I honestly still liked it to a degree. I don't know how I would initially send it, suggest it to you guys, but to a small specific group that like unique stuff and kind of horror stuff. But here's my rating, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. Now, like I said, I don't know what the hell was going on most of the time. I was very glued to the screen. I actually had to take breaks because the atmosphere was so like densely creepy, and the way they shot, they got you in there. For me personally, there was only like one jump scare that got me. I'm not necessarily a big, huge horror fan on this level, but this film is definitely in my category of uniqueness and type of stuff that I would necessarily go to, even though I was a little bit hesitant because I'm a scared cat and I've heard stuff about this. And I've seen some of the original shorts. So, which I highly recommend that you don't check out first if you're going to go into this and go into this kind of blind. Other than what I told you, but it's again, I don't necessarily. I'm going to go all my way to say, hey, you need to go see this. This is awesome. I would say wait till digital release, and if you are into the uniqueness or to kind of crazy style films, or just intrigued about what I told you, go check it out. But I wouldn't say it's like a big must type of thing. It's definitely going to be big for reaction channels, but other than that, I think for personal viewing, it's definitely something you could probably decide on your type of taste, I guess. A very unique taste for this. But if you've seen this or you haven't, leave your comments down below. I'm very interested to know what your thoughts are. Maybe I missed something in here you can explain. But as far as I could tell, the meaning behind this, I have no damn clue. Maybe some sort of psychological thing. I don't know. I was kind of thinking it's like some sort of maybe military experiment, but yeah, I don't want to go too much into it. It'll be spoiling, but well, not really, because I don't really know. Again, because I keep saying like 1,000 times, I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah. So, anyways, remember, I love you all. Please stay safe. Spread the love most forcefully. Skull.